What's up, card fighters? BOTCG here, and here with a little THEGREA deck profile. I guess you can technically call this post set 7, but like there's no cards for THEGREA in set 7, unfortunately. But yeah, this has been a long time coming. I have a boatload of deck profiles that have been a long time coming, so you guys are probably going to see that within the coming weeks until I can finally get set 7 content pushed out. But yeah, I know I spread a little bit of disinformation when I first started playing the deck. There was a few rulings that I got really wrong while playing it. So this is a deck profile plus spreading information, the correct information and the correct plays when playing this deck. I feel like I let W Slasher down, bro. Getting into the profile, this grade 1 is very clutch for your strategy because off the ride line, it just helps you get the most important card in your deck. Without the not the most important card in your deck, but with this really helps you play. And this deck has plays for going first and for going second, but this just basically lets you play the game immediately. You won't get the double Persona Ride, but with this you're able to get at least one Persona Ride off. But yeah, and then the rest of the ride line is the THEGREA grade 2 of the ride line, and then we're just playing one light in the ride line, no lights in the main deck, just because it's infinitely recurable. But yeah, that's it for the ride line. Going into the rest of the deck. Oh, short tangent. This is why you guys gotta support your local game stores, bro, and actually go to your local game stores. Even if you're not entering tournament, you don't have to enter tournament. I understand there's a bunch of people that just play this game super casually, bro. Just come and hang out and you'll find cool stuff like this. This is a Bob Ross playmat, bro. Look at that. Look, this is a Bob Ross playmat. Oh man, this is so freaking cool. But yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Getting back into the profile. We're playing 4 copies of Justice. This deck revolves around Justice, so you really do have to play 4 copies of her. 3 copies of Dark. I'm too afraid to play 2 Darks, because I'm afraid I'm either going to draw into them or I'm going to damage them, and then I won't be able to search them from deck off of the promo or off of Justice. So that's why we're playing 3 Darks. You don't have to play 4 anymore, which actually helps me out a lot. And then we're playing 2 of Oath of Vengeance. Oath of Vengeance, you still need Oath of Vengeance to play the game, unfortunately. But it's one of the best cards in your deck. Sometimes you get it naturally, sometimes you get it off of the grade 2 that searches for set orders. But yeah, 2 is Mando. You only need 1 to play. Once you get the first one, the second one is just basically throwaway food. And then 2 of the new card. I'm actually really happy that THEGREA gets to actually play her new support card in inverse to Chaos, man. That card is just not what the deck needed at all. It's so close to being playable, and then it's not playable. 2 copies of the new normal order. This is a normal order, so you can't search this off of your retrospective dragon. I made that mistake so many times, oh, discard for retrospective dragon, thinking I can get this for follow-up, and then I'm wait, I can't get normal orders. So that's why we're playing it at 2. I've seen lists play this at 1, but I feel 2 is a sweet spot because you do want to at least see 1. Because not only is it a top 7 search, so it can get you into your pieces, but also it has the drop zone effect of EB3, add a grade 3 THEGREA from your bind zone back to your hand. So it not only does it help you get to your engine, but it also gives you follow-up at the same time. So that's why I really like playing this at 2. I feel 2 was a really good sweet spot for this. Then we're playing 1 copy of Blooming Hatred. I know I was playing the set order wrong, but I still believe it's correct to play at least 1 of this for going first, because if you're not playing this, you have no plays going first. Yeah, you can just top 5 call 1 off of light and that's it, but then you don't have any good numbers going first. But if you're playing Blooming Hatred, with Blooming Hatred, you're able to get what's the line off of Blooming Hatred? The line, what is the correct line off of Blooming Hatred? The correct line off of Blooming Hatred is to ride Justice, and then use Justice's ability to ride a different named THEGREA and activate Persona Ride. Okay. That's the line. That's the line for Blooming Hatred. But yeah, of course it only works if you have Justice in your hand, which is like a little bit unfortunate. But at the same time, like, it just gives you plays going first. Like, ideally you want to play this on turn 2 and then set this set order on turn 3. But it doesn't always work out that way. But yeah, that's why we're playing the one Hatred just for going first. If we don't play this going first, we really don't have any plays going first, unfortunately. 4 copies of Retrospective Dragon. I originally was like, I cut this card originally for the grade 1 when you call it from hand, like discard a card so you could play an order, because I thought that card was better and I felt like I needed more boosters in the deck. But unfortunately that card only works if you call it from hand. Retrospective works like no matter where it comes from. So basically, like, you can search for, like, basically your missing set order off of light, off of this grade 2 order, and not off the ride line. The ride line only gets grade 1s from the grade 1. But you can just try and, like, piece together your combo off of getting one Retrospective Dragon. I really like that because he's, like, on plays from anywhere. So yeah. And then for going into more of the engine cards of the deck, THEGREA plays like a really big engine, unfortunately. But 4 copies of Evil Slash Knight. Now, one important thing to know is if you have an ability, like any ability that lets you ride, it won't let you activate Persona Ride unless that ability specifically says activate Persona Ride. Because if the ability doesn't say activate Persona Ride can only be done during the ride phase. So that's one important thing, because I thought that this lets you get an extra Persona Ride because it's the same name. You were riding on top of the same name, but that's not how it worked at all. But you still do need this for going second. Like, you generally do want to go second with this deck. It's just you have a better push going second. You don't have to scramble to get Blooming Hatred. But this deck is pretty, like, decent going second or going first. I just feel like preferably it does want to go second because Evil Slash does need your opponent to be on grade 3. But oh, and if you are going second, Evil Slash lets you get a restand off with Dark THEGREA. You only have one Persona Ride, but, like, still you'll get, like, that restand off with Dark, which is really nice. And then 2 copies of Pink Moth Girl Maple. I felt like 2 was, like, the perfect number for this card, because as soon as you see 1 in rotation, like, that's all you need. You have 2 different opportunities to get this off of the ride line, and you have, like you can guard with it and, like, hard draw into it, or, like, Superior call it. So I felt like 2 copies of Pink Moth Girl Maple in the main deck was nice, because it helped you if on your turn 3, because on your first turn 3 Persona Ride, you won't be able to grab this from the drop zone, because she only grabs herself from the drop zone if you Persona Road during your ride phase. So it's just something nice to have, not necessarily a need to have on your first turn 3, but definitely like a need to have on your turn 4. Then we're moving into the non-engine of the deck. Unfortunately, we do need to play these cards because of not how weak THEGREA's main engine is, but we need these cards to, like, patent our deck and help us draw into our pieces, because you need a lot of pieces in this deck. So 4 of the Guncycler for Keter. This is really good on your Persona Ride turns to help you stack triggers on top of your deck in conjunction with your multi-attack, outside of just being discard fodder. And then 4 copies of Sergaion. Yep, I know, like, I tried really hard to build this deck without Sergaion, but unfortunately you need this card. It works with your deck way too well. You're an order deck. It works so well with this deck. You're an order deck, and in early game, it's just good no matter when you see it. But yeah, that's it for the engine and non-engine of the deck. Getting into the perfect guards and triggers. 3D perfect guards and then 1 Elementaria. We're still in kind of like a heavy stride deck format. There's a lot of stride decks running around. You have Harry, Night Rose, Messiah, Chronojet if people are feeling spicy. So yeah, that's we still need to play this card, unfortunately. And then these are my favorite Keter vanilla triggers. I have 4 copies of this vanilla heal, and then 4 copies of this vanilla crit. Man, this crit is like my I wish this crit came in foil in English. This crit is like my favorite Keter crit. I think this came in the start deck for youth. This is like, oh man, it just looks so cool. 4 into soul crits, and then you don't need I was originally trying to run the into soul fronts because you can technically recur it off of Maple. Do you notice in this deck we are not running grade 2 Maple? Unfortunately, we've grown past her, unfortunately. We don't need grade 2 Maple in this deck. If you want to, you certainly can make room for her, but we don't need her effect in this deck anymore, unfortunately, and that's just sad to say. So, because of that, we're only playing the 20k shield fronts, and then I'm playing the blue overtrigger. This can be whatever overtrigger you want except the Keter overtrigger. The Keter overtrigger just really doesn't mesh well with what this deck is trying to do. But that's it for the profile, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to go over really quickly I usually don't, but I'm going to go over really quickly just because this deck is a little bit hard to play and understand. At least for me, it was a little bit of a challenge to play and understand. So I want to go over you're going first and you're going second first grade 3 turn. So let's do going first because that's the easiest way to do it. And then yeah, anything else is gravy. You don't need anything else. So these are the cards you need for going first. You need 1 retrospective dragon, and at least 1 retrospective dragon, and then to either have hard drawn into one of these. Ideally, you want to do retrospective on turn 2, discard a card, set Blooming Hatred, draw a card, and then you're set up for turn 3 to ride. Either get this off of riding or get another retrospective dragon or hard draw into it, but you're gonna ride. You're gonna ride, and then you're gonna set Blooming Hatred. Oh, I lied. You need 1 more card for this combo to be able to work on your first grade 3 turn. You need freaking Justice. Duh. You need 1 Justice for this to be able to work. And then you need 1 Justice. You technically need 1 Counterblast, so we already used it on that. And then we don't need any more Counterblast for this turn. So then we're going to activate Blooming Hatred. We're going to, let me see here, put it into the drop zone. And then we're going to ride Justice. And then we're going to discard a card. It can be any card. You're going to have any card in your hand, but you're going to discard a card. And then you're going to bind her. And then re-ride, and then activate Persona Ride, so you draw 2 more cards. So this is what gives you Persona Ride going first, and then you can call anything, and then you don't need a back row, call anything here, and now you have a 28k Vanguard, 25k rear guards if this is a grade 2, or if it's a grade 1, 23, without anything else. Now, again, this is why we're running the supplemental good stuff Keter cards that we are running, because I do realize that technically this is like a 4.5 card combo right now. You don't need this, so this becomes like a 3.5 card combo, but that's ideally what you want to do going first. Let us briefly go over what we want to do going second. So what do I need going second? Going second, I just need this. Yeah, that's all we need. We don't need Justice in our hand going second. So going second is a little bit easier. So you're going to go ahead and ride. You're either going to search this off of this or search this from the ride line. You're going to set it. You're going to call this. Either you called this off of her top 5 skill, or you hard drew into it, or you got this from the ride line. But you're then going to retire this. No, bind. So you're going to bind this, and then you're going to search for a Justice and a Dark. You're going to put Dark into Soul, ride Justice. This gives Justice the same name as Light. And then you're going to do Justice's, and then you need at least one Counterblast for this. Then you're going to do Justice's skill. You're going to discard a card, bind Justice, and then re-ride Dark. And then you're going to draw 2 cards. And then with this combo, like, again, call anything here, but with this combo, you have a 28k Vanguard that can restand for a Counterblast, 25k Rear Guard, and another 23 to 25k Rear Guard, depending on what you call here necessarily. And then you're going to be able to restand after this attacks. This is why for this one you only need 1 Counterblast technically. You don't need more than 1. If you're going second, your opponent's going to give you more than 1, and that's going to give you more opportunities off of Light to get to your combo cards, to get to these. But yeah, that is the correct way to play THEGREA, going first and going second. I'm sorry for my misplays, guys. I let W slash her down. But yeah, that's it for the profile, guys. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and y'all have a great one. Later.